Hello everyone, this is Voodoo Ropes and I have no idea how to start this video because this year was so amazing. Hello YouTube of 2022, I hope you're doing great. And I started this year from getting COVID because I went to 3 clubs on the New Year's. Nobody should do that because this is a straight way to get COVID. But I'm back to normal. By the way, Sputnik worked really well. I was not dying. Stayed home for a long time though and got a lot of work done. I actually started putting together this video last year. Very Russian joke here, if you noticed. But it was really overwhelming, so I decided to leave it to the 2022. I did about 50 photo shoots of people in rope this year. Isn't that a lot? Imagine how hard it is to choose the best ones. They are all so cool and I really love what I do. Alright, then let's go and see 10 most exciting photo shoots of 2021. The first photo shoot that I'm going to talk about is shoot of Kelsey and Haley. That was a secret shoot actually, because it was done for a Russian Shibari magazine. And I still haven't revealed any of these photos on social media, but you can see them on my Patreon, of course. I agreed to hide it before the magazine gets published, but the magazine is still not out, our contract not real anymore, so I'm tired of waiting. The idea was to show the devil girl, Kelsey, attracting the angel girl, Haley, into the world of ropes and fun. And I decided not to publish most of the photos still, because a lot of this shoot will be included in my next photo book. The real fun part was having 2 dogs trying to play with us the whole time we were shooting. It was so cute. The next photo shoot that I'm going to talk about is an elf photo shoot. So I had an idea of shooting an elf for a really long time. It was right here in my mind, but I never could find a girl that looks like an elf and has a costume of an elf. So lucky me. Me and my amazing husband went to a kinky party in Moscow. Yes, that is the name of the party. And we met a girl that looked like an elf right there. She had ears, she got a costume, it was perfect. And she was already wearing everything that was needed for the shoot. I took her number and a couple of days later we went to the forest to shoot in beautiful autumn leaves. Of course we got a couple of weird looks, but everything went really smooth. Another remarkable photo shoot is of course a couple photo shoot in ropes. I did a bunch of them this year, but one of my favorites, because of the colors and because it's the beach, it makes me feel so good, is this one, photo shoot of my friends Maddie and Zoe. I love shooting couples, and I have a separate video right here about shooting couples with ropes. So we started the day at 5:30 a.m. so we can walk right to the place on the beach and start flying the drone before somebody shows up and gets us out of there. Maddie and Zoe just enjoyed themselves, showed us a lot of love and light, and we did the shooting. The most rewarding is when people love the process way before they have seen the photos. And then you see their happy faces, seeing themselves really, really cute. Next one is a geisha in a kimono in Moscow, in the center of Moscow. So I was a little stressed out when I just got back to Moscow and I didn't have a lot of ideas. So what I did, I had to brainstorm and I went into my wardrobe and I just picked up a couple of items that I used for parties and tried to put them together. I found this beautiful headpiece and the white kimono, and if Moscow geisha did exist, she would probably look like a Barbie. I got one. Contacted my model friend Katya and a photographer Sasha, and 2 days later we are out there in the beautiful center of Moscow shooting early morning. By the way, we had to do it before Katya goes to work. We played with motion and made it really, really lovely. That place is full of offices, so we did get some curious people. We only got some good looks and good questions. The next photo shoot is also a photo shoot that I did in Moscow when I get a little more inspired, actually also while going through my wardrobe and looking at the stuff that brings a lot of memories. So I stumbled upon this dress and it reminded me of a Venice ball that I took part in 5 years ago. It's a big fancy event in Moscow that you have to prepare for 3 months and learn how to dance certain dances to perform with other debutants. And I remember how the whole preparation process felt for me, and it felt pretty miserable. It felt like they're trying to make me a different person, to make me a proper girl, and I really hated it. But the event itself is beautiful and worth visiting, but I would not recommend visiting it as a debutant. I would recommend visiting it as a guest. So I put my feelings together and shot with my friend Anya. Again, early morning, Moscow Park, before the police is awake. We had one accident. A group of after-party people came up to us and bragged that one of them was taking a photography course and said, let's compete, who takes a better photo. So they really look like they're still in the party in their minds, so it was easy to deal with them. I told them that if you don't leave us alone and if you sneak a pic of my photo shoot, you're going to have to deal with my lawyer. And they were like, whatever. So they just left. And here I want to take a moment and thank everybody who has been with me in 2021. Your support in likes, comments and messages really means a lot to me. Also, great thanks to my patrons who actually helped me to make ropes my full-time job. Thanks to you, every time I shoot, I do it better and better. I feel growing every time, and I hope that you're liking the results more and more. And now I can really put all of myself into this work. Thank you guys. Let's go to the next shoot. So the next shoot we're talking about is the cenote shoot in Mexico. Yes, I got to travel around a little bit this year. Not much, but a little bit. I visited 3 countries, I think. Mexico, well, I live here now, Russia and Georgia. So yeah. Oh yeah, actually Turkey for 1 day too. Haha, good for COVID, right? All right, let's go. Too much talking. Seems like all my photo shoots start early in the morning. Does it have to be that way? I guess yes, for me, because I love early mornings. That was absolutely magical. We avoided the people, but also the sun was not really up for a long time, so we had to wait. The idea was born just being in Mexico and wanting to show somehow specifics of the region and knowing how sacred cenotes were to the Maya. So we had a big team of 7 people working on this. We got to the private cenote at 5 a.m. The makeup artist didn't arrive, so models had to do makeup really fast in the complete darkness, trying to not to step on some spider or snake, I don't know what lives there, because that was in the jungle. Then we needed people to hold the lights in the water and to do backstage too. By the end of it, I realized that if you are shooting in a cenote, you do not need to arrive at 5 a.m. Because cenote is deep in the jungle, you don't get any light beams in the water until the sun actually gets up. But always good to have no people, and how magical it was to hear all the jungle waking up, so many sounds. I'm not saying it wasn't creepy at all, but just a little bit. Our 2 Mexican nymphs were enjoying themselves and playing with rope. Water was really cold, but it's always the same temperature, and it was totally worth it. You can read this post about cenotes and learn a little more about these beautiful places. Next one that I'm going to talk about is a party boat shoot. So that was actually not a shooting place or anything like that. We were not planning to shoot, but we went partying with some friends on the boat. And I took ropes and Shane took his camera. Just in case, you know, just in case. Always take it with us. We had a little stop for a floaty flamingo party, and Natasha and Shane and myself were in the mood, and we did some tying and then took a flamingo and floated to the beautiful deserted beach. We parked and went to a pretty spot so we can take some mermaid pictures. Unfortunately, this amazing place has super sharp rock. We all got our feet bleeding a bit, but look at this picture. Natasha even laid on that rock. But I guess Russian pole dancers really don't feel pain. Then we went back to our floaty flamingo that we thought was parked. But not that easy, it wasn't. Somebody took it back to a boat, so we had to wait for them to bring a floaty, to bring the camera back to the boat, and we were just swimming. The next one is just a meditation video. It's not really a shoot video, but it was so magical to me that I want to mention this. I meditated on the top of this pyramid and we went to see Chichen Itza, the most popular one here, but our guide was a very nice local man that showed us one more pyramid that has been discovered recently and you still can go on the top of it. Pyramids really have strong energy and being on the top of it feels very special. Because when you are on the top of the pyramid, you can see a lot of tiny hills. And you know that every hill is a pyramid that hasn't been discovered yet. How you know it? Because this region is completely flat. There's nothing. So every little hill in the jungle is a pyramid. It's just really difficult to get all the trees that grow on them out and build it as an actual pyramid, like back together. That is why there's a few that are brought back to its original shape because it takes so much work. Okay, and now let's move to another shoot with Zoe. We did so many things with Zoe in Playa. I'm just so grateful. Every time me and Zoe have an urge to create, we just message each other and meet for a shoot or for a video. It is so easy and very smooth to create together. And now time for the most fun shoot. Alright, so this shoot had 2 gorgeous models, 2 photographers, 4 dogs. The dogs were not on the pictures, but they kind of were. And also we had 10 sexy Halloween costumes for the girls to change to. Creating with Kelsey and Blue was a lot of fun. We did a little role play for each story. This is a sailor that comes to a doctor that seduces her, and then a mistress with a kitty. All of these photos are a little too hot for Instagram or to really show them here. So if you want to see more, you know where to go. There's the link. There was so much more fun shoots with beautiful humans this year, but I just cannot include everything into a 15-minute long video. If you want to see the longer versions for each shoot, you can check them out on Patreon because I make a little BTS video for every shoot, and of course I add high quality pictures in there. Also, if you are interested, I have videos on how I edit my shibari photos. Alright guys, I hope that this year brings you a lot of joy, and please keep tying and stay safe. If you tie any knot from my videos, share it with me and I will share it with the world. Thank you guys, bye bye, sending you a lot of love.